Hello, hello, hello. Alright, I'm still pulling everything up. But if you are there, let me know. I am still getting everything going, but welcome, welcome. I think we have everything working. I think we do, so now it's just a matter of getting people in here. If you guys are new here, welcome. My name is Jen. This is Genetics Creations. This is our pop-up live on Tuesdays where we are going to be just working random, we're working random projects. So nothing different than our Thursdays. I just don't never know what time I'm going to hit it on Tuesday. So Tuesday's going to be a pop-up.
https://discord.gg/capnbup.
So Tuesdays is always going to be a pop-up as far as what time. But Thursdays we do a regular 2 o'clock Pacific Standard Time class. So if you guys are new here and you want to get in on some more free online live crochet classes, you're in the right place. If you want to catch up on previous ones, all you have to do is go to the Get Hooked playlist in my channel, and all of the previous classes that we have had are available for replay. So you have a ton of free tutorials at your beck and call. So what have we been working on? We've been working on our Santa hat. So if you haven't been following along, I actually pulled out a lot of red yarn that I don't need. We started with our brim, and I know it's a little hard to see because it is white, and forgive me. I know I taught it in gray, so if you were here, week 1, I taught you how to do the bobble stitch to do the brim. Week 2 is where I taught you guys how to sew it together and do the base foundation row, and then we switched to red and we started doing our long decreasing Santa hat. About midway, I did stop changing every 3 rows and I started increasing it to every 4 rows. So I would decrease every 4 rows instead of every 3 rows. So just something that you can play with if you want to make it longer, because I know it was decreasing a little bit faster than I had hoped. I know we were aiming for 32 to 34 inches in length. Whatever you ended up with is fine. It's not that big of a deal. And if you are stopping in, feel free to throw something in the chat. I think we were using an H hook. It was either an H hook or an I hook. I'm going to use my H hook because I'm pretty sure it was an H. But we should be here, and I'm waiting for a few more people to get in. So week 2, we did all the red, and we got to where we were at. So if you completed your homework, you should have something that looks relatively like this. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be taking this, we're going to make it a little bit tinier here, and we're going to get it ready for our pom-pom. And the pom-pom we're making is going to actually be the bobble stitches from the first set that we did for the brim. So we're going to be using that same technique. Now it's going to be a little harder because I have to use white in order to teach you guys this. Maybe I can turn this down, and then we'll do what we can to make sure that you guys can see what it is you need to see. Oh, that helps a little bit. That does help a little bit. Okay. Okay. Perfect. If anyone's here, let me know. I'm on. I know one girl is texting me. She's going to be jumping in right now. And as you guys get here, let me know. Throw it in the chat. Also, for those of you who are new, Thursdays. Here's what we've been working on Thursdays. I know it doesn't look like much, but we started working our stocking. This is another free pattern we found online. What's up, Laddie? I was worried about starting without you, so I'm glad you showed up. So for Thursdays, if you guys haven't been joining us, we started the first segment of our stockings. This is a free pattern. It's available on Pinterest. I linked it in last Thursday's class. So definitely, if you guys want to catch up on that project, all you have to do is go look at that. It takes you from this point to here. You just need 2 different colors. You don't need a lot of yarn. It is a 4-waisted yarn. And this Thursday, I'm going to be taking you through the heel, and then we'll start here so you have that homework, and then we'll finish the cuff together, which is actually fairly easy. So that third class is probably going to be a very quick class as well. So I've been making them in a lot of different colors, but that's Thursday. Here's another different color that we tried. So if you guys are new to the channel, definitely take advantage of all the things that we have on there. And if you're watching this after the fact, yes, I record it live. But if you're watching it after, all you have to do is comment and all of that if you have any questions, because I'm still very active on the channel. So I will reply if you guys have questions along the way. So don't feel like if you're missing me live that you're missing out, because you're not. You're not. All right. I think we are ready. I bought plenty of time for people to show up who need to be. I know I have a few people working on their hats. Some people have already jumped ahead and finished it. So full disclosure. If you're not in my cord of disses, oh, I can say it here. I have a Discord and it is free. The links do expire though. So if you are here and the link that I have pinned in the chat does not ever work for you, just send me a comment or just put a comment in there. I'll get you a new link. Oops, I unpinned it. I want to actually pin it. Okay, it's pinned in the chat, but it's free and we collaborate with all of our projects there. And if there's ever anything you need, that's the best way to message me directly. Best way for me to help you with patterns, with learning crochet, whatever it is. Honestly, guys, I'm excited to teach, and I just want to keep teaching people how to make stuff. So that is what it's for. Hey, I tried some a little bit new. I did a little lipstick and I put a little eyeliner on. New stuff. Okay. So you should have something kind of like this. I am going to make it a little bit skinnier, but I don't want to keep decreasing 3 decreases just because it's going to get skinny really fast, and I don't want it to get too thin because then the bobble doesn't really like sit on a lot, and I don't like it when a heavy pom-pom just flops around. It just gets a little bit like, I don't know, it starts stretching out. It starts feeling a little cheap. So I'm going to do just 1 decrease here. I'm going to go around here, do 1 more decrease, and then I'm going to see where that goes. So let's do 1. I just want to get it a little bit more together, and then we're going to fasten off. So if you are with me, that's what we're going to be doing. So just go ahead and keep stitching. I'm going to throw in another decrease right now. Was it an H hook, Letty? I think it was an H hook. It was either H or an I. I can't remember. I felt too big when I was holding it. I was like, no, this doesn't. I feel like it was an H. But I can't find my other H hook. I thought I had another one. So I found this one. Thank God I have another, but... Alright, so now I'm just going to keep doing a couple more rows of this, and then we're going to fasten off.
H.
Okay, that's what I thought. That's what I thought I remember. Because last time you corrected me. Which is good. You guys clearly pay more attention than I do, is what that means. Alright, let's do a few more rows. I just want to get past the decreases and not lose height. Oh, and my phone is apparently going to go off, so let me turn that on to silent. Because I have too many people reaching out to me with stuff that I tried to get all my messages out before I went live. And then I had a last minute phone call, which I've been waiting on, so it was good. But then now everyone is responding, and I'm like, oh my gosh, where were your guys' responses earlier? Now I'm live. But good news, Letty, I'm probably going to go live on TikTok after this because Kiddo he has a later practice today. So I am going to spend some time on live. I want to work on that other stocking we started yesterday, the green and black one. It's looking really pretty. And then I've got to start writing my new pattern, that cocoon sweater, because I really want to make that. And I have that still saved. So we've got things going. What do we want to learn after the Santa hat? I might have to look up Christmas trees, because I wanted to do that at one point. Right? Maybe I'll look up a Christmas tree. Okay. I think this is looking good. If I make it too much longer, it's going to start looking like something out of Dr. Seuss. So I'm going to go into the next stitch, and I'm just going to do a slip stitch. This is how I finish off my project. So slip stitch, and then 1 chain. Oop. Hold on. Sorry.
Christmas
and then,
trees, yes, ma'am.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to have to look some up. They have a bobble one that I saw that's really cute. Do 1. Oh my god, I did the exact same thing, guys. Chain, and we're going to pull it through. I'm going to leave it a little bit long because I don't know if I'm going to be sewing more with the red or if I'm going to be sewing more with the white. I think I'm going to sew more with the white, but just in case, I'm going to leave it long just to avoid it. So you pull it through, pull it tight, and we're going to set this aside. You no longer need your stitch markers, so you can take those off. and grab your white yarn. How many stitches? I did one. I'm trying to remember. We started with 11, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yes, 11. Okay. So we're going to do the exact same thing that we did with the brim. The only difference is we're not going to go as long. So we're going to start with 11 foundation single crochets again. Or if you guys hate foundation single crochets, you can do 12 chains followed by 11 single crochets to get that first row. But Letty, for you and I'm going to leave this long just in case we need to sew, so leave it a little bit long. We're going to do a slip knot. Boom. And we're going to do 11 foundation single crochets. So to start, you're going to chain 2. 1, 2. We're going into the second chain, but I'm going into the back bump, not the first section. I'm going behind. And we're going to start our foundation single crochet. So pull up 1, chain, finish the single crochet. On this one, you're going to pull up those 2 loops, and everything after, you're going to grab the 2 loops, pull up 1, chain, pull up those 2 for the single crochet. Grab 2 loops. We've done 2 now. This is our third one. Chain, pull through 2, so that's 3. You'll notice 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I know it's white. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Here, let me see if I can zoom in if that'll help. I turned down the light too to help try to make it easier to see. Maybe if I... trying something real quick.
I'm here.
If this is hard for you to see, I can tell you the first video that we did. What's up, Mrs. Detman? The first video that we did, I did all of this in gray, and you're just wash, rinse, and repeating it. So, again, you're going to grab those 2. I'm going to keep turning and rotating so you can see with the shadows. And you're going to pull up 1, and then pull up 2. That's our fourth foundation single crochet. Grab those 2 loops again, and again, I know it's white, that's why I'm going to keep trying to make sure you guys can see. It might even be a little bit blurry, so I'm going to back up a little bit, but I'll keep adjusting. I'll make sure you guys can see this. So you're inserting the hook in those 2 chains on the end, or the 2 loops on the end. Pull up 1, and then pull up 2. And let's keep going till we have 11. You'll have 11 stitches. Let me count. Let's see where we're at. And I know it's going to be hard for you to see how I'm counting. I'm gonna...
MRSD.
There we go. There we go. You might be able to see that. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I need 2 more. 10 and 11. All right. Now chain 1, and we're going to turn.
Letty.
Okay, this is where we're going to single in the first. So single crochet, pull up 1, pull up 2, and this is where we're doing our bobble. So if we remember, our bobble was 5 unfinished double crochets. So yarn over, insert your hook, pull up 1, pull up 2. That's 1. Do it again. 2, 3, 4, and 5. You'll have 6 loops on the hook. 4, 5, 6. And you're going to pull through all of them. This is no different than how we started the brim. In your next stitch, you're going to single crochet. And I'm trying to remember. Dang it. Okay, hold on. Should I do 2, 3, right? and then it was bobble, and then 1, 2, 3, and then bobble, and then 1. Okay, yeah, I remember. So we did a single crochet, do 2 more single crochets, and then 1 in the next stitch, and then the second one in the next stitch. So you did single, bobble, single, single, single. And now we're going to be doing another bobble into the next stitch. So yarn over and start your double crochet, but don't finish it. Yarn over, do it again. Again.
Isn't there a chain after the bobble?
Oh shoot, did I not chain to close it? You're right, I didn't. Okay, hold on, we're backing up, good call. So we went through all the loops. Here, let's go ahead and do it together in case anyone's learning for the first time. I don't want to mess anyone up. Thank you, Letty! Alright, we did our single crochet, we're backing up. Do our first bobble, so again, nothing different. You're going to start that double crochet, start another one, start another one, until you have 6 loops on the hook. Don't split the yarn like I just did. And there we go. We have 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes. Pull through all of them. Pull through that one. You're actually making me wonder, did I chain to close last time? Did I chain to close last time? I don't remember. Alright. Now do your 3 in the next 3 stitches. We're going to do a single crochet. So 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, maybe I did. I don't remember doing that chain last time. That's funny. Alright, bobble in the next stitch. So let's do another unfinished double crochet.
Yes, you did.
That's funny. That's our first one, second one, third one, fourth, fifth. If you want to double check, you should have 6 loops on the hook. Pull through all of them. Chain to close. Oh man, I almost forgot that. That's funny. Alright, single crochet in the next 3 stitches. 1, 2, and 3. And I think which way do they stick out more? We're going to have to play this by ear. I think they stick out more that way, so we'll go that way. Bobble in the next stitch. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pull through, chain to close, single crochet in that last stitch. And now we're going to chain 1 and we're going to turn. 11 single crochets going across, so that's what you're going to do. So go into the first stitch and we're doing 1. Your next single crochet will be on top of the bobble. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. I know it looks wonky right now. Chain 1 and turn. You should have something that looks like that. Looks like a bunch of peas. But it's white. Alright. So now we're going to do, we have 3 bobbles on this row. We're going to have 2 bobbles on this row. So you're going to start with 3 single crochets. Then we're going to bobble. Then 3. Then bobble. Then 3. So let's go. Starting with 3 single crochets. 1, 2, 3. Bobble goes into the next stitch. Same bobble we did on the other row. So 1 unfinished double, 2 unfinished double, 3 unfinished double, 4, 5. You'll have 6 loops on the hook. Pull through all of those. Chain 1. And now 3 more single crochets. 1, 2, 3. Back to another bobble. There we go. Pulling through, chain 1, 3 more single crochets. Chain 1 and turn. So now you have something that looks like that. Now we're going to do the 11 single crochets again. So we're going to go back and forth doing the 3, the 2, until we have a small rectangle. So we're not going to go that far. We just want to make it about yay so. You probably still want to end on a 2 bobble row and no single crochets after that. So I'll let you know in a second, but we're going to keep going. Drink your water, and let's keep stitching. 11 single crochets, because we're going to do this all and finish this all together. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. All right, chain 1, turn. We're going back to our 3 bobble row. So you're going to single crochet and then bobble. Mrs. Detman, how are the minions today? And chain 1 to close. Now I got 3 singles. And another bobble. Three singles. Bobble. I almost forgot one of those. And 1 single on the end, chain 1, turn. And 11 single crochets. I don't think I was supposed to go there. I was supposed to go in here. How you doing, Letty? You got it? You should be a pro at this part by now. 2 and 3. And on top of there, and last one. Alright, we're doing the row of 2 bobbles again. Every time I finish the 2 bobbles, that's when I kind of assess the size. But we're going to have a little bit more ways to go, so it's a little soon for that. 1, 2,
hamburger in the
3.
pan, but I'm not changing pens, lol.
Oh my goodness. I've done that before. Bobble stitch, so 3 singles and then a bobble. I've actually cooked hamburger in a pot too. Because I'm just like, I don't feel like washing a dish. Alright, there we go. 3 singles. Bobble. Bubble, bubble. Sugar, sugar. There's our 6. And now 3 singles. What comes next? Chain 1, turn. Okay, so this is where if we were ready to sew it all together, we would want to end. So that's where we're going to aim for. So now we're going to do another repeat and get to this point again, and I'll show you that clearly, we're not ready to end it yet, or this would be a very weird shaped pom. So we're going to do another repeat. So keep going. 11 singles all the way across. Chain 1, turn. And now we're going to do the row. Sorry, my bobby pins are sticking in my head. I need to, You know when your bobby pins are like too, just adjusted it, it feels good. Alright, now we're doing the row with 3 bobbles. So single, then bobble. That should be it, yep. And now single, single, single. Get more yarn. And if you're new here, let me know in the chat. Welcome in. This is our last of the 3. We are, oh, jeez. Sorry about that. We are making a Santa hat. It's been a 3-part series, so if you're interested in joining in and making one of your own, you can go ahead and hit the Get Hooked playlist for the first and the second recording. And then this is the last final piece that we're doing together. We're probably going to be doing a Christmas tree next Tuesday. Sounds like that's what we're going to be doing. Oops, hold on. We did single, single, single. Now we need a bobble, ladies. Now we need a bobble. And Thursdays, we are currently working on a Christmas stocking. So if you are looking for some great crochet projects, you are in the right channel, and you've got a ton of free tutorials available at your fingertips as we speak. Single, single, single. 1, 2, and 3. Now we have bobble and then single. So bobble.
Yet I'm using a pot but is almost too small and the burger isn't completely thawed out, lol.
Oh no. Oh my gosh, Mrs. Devin, do you know how many times I've done the same thing? Because I don't want to defrost things and wait like a normal person. Here's my last single. Chain 1 turn. 11 single crochets going across. 11 singles. Letty, I'm checking on you. Is it still working? You're still doing good? I shouldn't be checking on you, Letty, because you're the one who should be checking on me. You've already caught me in a boo-boo. So maybe I should check myself before I break myself. There's my 11th. Chain 1 turn. Now we're doing the row of 2 bobbles. So we're going to start with 3 singles and then a bobble. So single, 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 bobble.
LOL.
Alright, 3 more singles. Single, 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 and then a bobble. Three singles, single, single, single. Okay, chain 1 turn. Again, I'm going to measure. That would be still kind of an oval, so I'm going to do 1 more repeat. 1 more repeat. We're going to keep doing 1 more repeat until it looks like it's going to be kind of like a sphere. We're aiming for sphere-ish. So 11 singles all the way across. 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Alright, chain 1 turn. Back to our row of 3. So single and then bobble. Single, bobble. Three singles, 1, 2, 3, and then a bobble. There we go. 3 singles, 1, 2, get your hook stuck, 3, and then a bobble. Bubble, bubble, shake it, shake it. That's all I keep hearing when I say the word bobble. And I don't even know if that's what they're saying in the song. That's really sad. We're finishing that row off with a single crochet, chain 1, and turn. Drink your water. Get a little more yarn. 11 single crochets. That's our next row. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I know. 6 and then 7. 8, 9, 10, 11. Chain 1, turn. Here's our row of 2 bobbles again, so start with 3 single crochets. 1, 2, 3. Here's our bobble. Six loops, 3 more single crochets, 2, welcome in, 3, next one's going to be a bobble stitch. If you have any questions at all, don't hesitate to put it in the chat. I teach crochet, that's mostly what my channel is about, and we are making a Santa hat. And we are on the last portion where we are working on the palm of it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, pull through all, ending with 3 singles. And Letty, this might be our last row on this. Single. Okay, chain 1, and we're still going to turn. Now Letty, when you fold it in half and you kind of cinch in the sides, it should look kind of circular. So I think this is the perfect size. Hopefully you're in the same boat, because these ends are going to come in, we're going to stuff it, and that's where it's going to go. So now what we need to do is put both right sides, so this is our right side, this is our wrong side, but both right sides together. That might mean you're going to end up turning it so you can stitch right to left, because remember, we're going to stitch across. We're going to get that strand out. What we're going to do is we're going to slip stitch across. So we're going to go ahead, and I'm going to start by going into the first chain, or the first segment right there. You'll see, I know it's white yarn, and I'm really sorry. Let me see if I can turn so you can get the shadowing and get some benefit of that. But you're going to see like your stitches all line up, and you're going to be able to slip stitch. So you're going to grab the first one there on the first panel, which is this front panel. Okay. Then you're going to go back into the back panel with the corresponding, and we're going to be slip stitching all the way across. So there's our first one. Just pull through all of that. You can pull this tight if you haven't already. Alright, tuck your bobbles in. You don't want to accidentally crochet through them. But we're going to go into that next one on the first panel, corresponding one on the back panel, and then you're going to slip stitch all the way through. We're creating a cylinder. It's going to look like a toilet paper roll. I know. That's what you're doing. It will get round, I promise. That sounds weird. Take that for what you will. Slip stitch all the way across. When you get to these bobbles, it gets a little dicey. Just try to use the same stitches that you would be using if you were doing a row of single crochets. Keep going. And Letty, I hope you have a little bit of stuffing on hand. You don't need much. Goodness, I think I slept on my neck wrong, because turning right hurts. And it is a little rectangle E right now, but once we stuff it and cinch in the sides, it should round out. Get that last one. Okay. Now that you're here, we're gonna chain and leave a long tail. I probably was excessive with how long it needs to be, but we're done with our crochet hook for a little bit. So go ahead and we're going to turn this inside out so that the bobbles are now on the outside. And you'll see, because we did the foundation single crochets, our seam is pretty hidden. And it's consistent with everything that we're doing. Okay, perfect. Get all your threads out from inside because conveniently you have threads on each side that are going to help you sew it together. So pick an end and grab your yarn needles. Let me see where mine are because mine are hiding. There they are. I put them away. Yay! You don't need any more white yarn, so we can put that away. Let me grab my stuffing. Trying to reach it. Trying to reach it. Okay. Okay. We have everything we need. We have stuffing, yarn needle. Let's do the rest of this. So, grab your yarn needle and pick a side. It doesn't matter which side. We're going to start on one side and we'll finish on the other, obviously. But you're just going to loop it through. I did make this ridiculously longer than it needed to be. Womp womp. Alright, it's okay. At least we're not going to be playing yarn chicken anytime soon, which is always good. Now what we're going to do is what's called a whip stitch, and you're going to go all the way around, and then we're going to cinch this shut. So you're just, you don't have to be crazy about it. Just grab a thread, and you're going to keep going from the outside in as close to the edge as possible, grabbing just a few loops so we can cinch this in. And you're just going to keep whip stitching all the way around. Whip stitch you can use also to sew items together. Like instead of us slip stitching the end together, we could have also whip stitched it. I just, for whatever reason, feel like the tension is never appropriate when I whip stitch items together. So that's why I usually will do a slip stitch when I'm combining things like granny squares or things like that. And I'll save my whip stitch for amigurumi or things like this where I am cinching in something. Just a technique I use. By all means, when you guys are out there going rogue, do whatever you feel like you need to. Just some tips and tricks I picked up along the way. And you see I'm pulling it shut as I go, just because if your yarn is more fragile, I know every yarn brand is different, and if you have a yarn that's prone to snapping on you, it will alleviate that if you kind of cinch it in as you go so you're not applying as much tension. So now that I get to the end, now you'll see all of these loops that are going in, and I know it's white yarn so you're not going to be able to see it, but you'll kind of see... I keep wanting to say it looks like a booty hole, but it's not. It's like the best way to describe it, but you'll see like all the loops starting to go into a center point. Once you have that, oh my god, I can't believe I said that. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. If you guys are here, put it in the chat. If you're seeing that after the fact, just, yeah, I just embarrassed myself incredibly, and it's going to be online forever. I start grabbing all of those loops that are going into the center point, and I'm going to go around a few times. What that's going to do is it's going to cinch everything in tighter. It's going to lock in your yarn, and then we can tie it off when all is said and done. Now, we don't need to be super ridiculous. This is not going to get a whole lot of wear and tear. It's just going to be on the end of a beanie. But, I mean, if you're going to practice these techniques, it's kind of nice to practice them in a way that sets you up for success. So when you make other projects... Because a lot of amigurumi will set you up with a magic ring and stuff like that, and you want to know how to easily hide your yarn and lock things in. So, hopefully you're done laughing at my use of the word booty hole as a crochet term. It definitely got said. I will forever be known for that. I don't know. This is what happens when you guys don't chat and you leave me to my own demise to create conversation. I know, you're all stitching. I can't complain. I know I have several people working on this. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to actually go through the center of that circle, and I'm going to pull the yarn through, and I'm going to tie it on the inside just to keep everything clean. So I'm going to push that kind of through, and this is the inside of my pom. I'm just going to grab something nearby.
I'm cooking, sorry.
No worries, no worries. I'm just going to grab any loop nearby. And before I finish pulling all the way through, I'm going back through, and that will tie a knot. We're going to do that again. So try to grab the same loop. If you don't, it's not the end of the world. Pull almost all the way through, grab that loop, and it's sewn in. Now, I'm going to actually, since it's on the inside, I'm just going to stuff this yarn inside of it, and it's going to be added stuffing. Boom. That's easy. Now what you're going to do is stuff your pom. And it doesn't need to be super stuffed, because you don't need to make it heavy. So just grab some stuffing. If you don't have stuffing, you can use tissue, you can use scrap yarn. There's a lot of things that we have all used. You can grab a nearby pillow, maybe one that you hate, and start shredding it and using its guts. I totally support this. That was probably more stuffing than I needed. Alright, and you're just going to stuff it. And then, actually, I think I will make it a little more full. It'll make it rounder. It'll make it rounder. And now we've got to sew up this side. There's our first side. That's going to be our pom. Alright, now that we have this other strand, let's go ahead and sew this up. And then we'll connect it to our hat for the completed look. Alright, nothing different on this one, ladies. We are going to be doing another whip stitch all the way around. So just continue going from the outside into the inside. And you're just going to whip stitch it all the way around this circle. If you want to add more stuffing as you keep going, because maybe you feel like it needs a little more stuffing, you can. Make it your own. I might add more stuffing. We're going to see. Yeah, I'll add a little bit more. It's going to be a little overly stuffed pom, but whatever. I like the way it shapes it better, so do with that what you will. Okay, keep whip stitching, ladies. Keep whip stitching. And let's pull it tight as we go, so we know what we're working with. Alright. I should make one of these in a totally non-traditional color. I really liked Tessa's rainbow one. And I have some variegated yarn that might look really cute in this. And I totally just dropped. I have to re-thread it. Boo! Alright, let's keep going. Where are we? Okay, once we have our circle and you've whip stitched around, no different than the other side, we're going to go around those loops. I know it's white yarn and it's really hard to see, so I'm not going to lie. I'm kind of just aiming. I'm not really being as specific about where I pick as I would be.
So you have a rainbow booty hole?
Oh my god! Oh man, if you were doing that, yeah, I guess you would if you were... But I was thinking more a solid on the brim and just doing rainbow on the body of it. Oh my god, you would go there. Way to go, way to go. You get the gold star. Oh no, why did I totally caught my bobble in that. Alright, so now that I have this, I'm going to tie a knot somewhere. So just pick a loop, and we're doing the same thing. We're going to tie it off. Right before you pull it through, go ahead and loop it through again, and pull it tight, and let's go ahead and sew it to our Santa hat. So it looks like I am going to be sewing it with white. I know I told us we could leave a long tail right here in case we did with red, but I think it'll look cleaner if we sew it with white. And literally, we're just going to be sewing it to the end right here. So there's nothing that I'm doing any special except trying to cross the top stitches on our circle at the top. And then what's going to happen is I can always reinforce it down a row if I need to make the connection stronger. So I'm going to go through both of them, such as that. I'm going to again go back. I'm going to get a wider base on this now, so when I go, I'm no longer going in the center. This is our booty hole, as we would like to call it, this center point. I'm going to go to the right of it. I'm going to go across that center point and come out on the left of it, because I want the threads to go back and forth through this very stiff, rigid, strong amount of yarn. That's just going to make everything kind of stay stronger and stay connected. I'm going to keep pulling that tight, okay? When I come back out here, same thing. I'm not just trying to go through one loop. I'm going to try to go through one at the bottom and go all the way across to the other side, so I'm getting a lot of yarn in between all of these segments. So we pulled that tight, and now I'm going back trying to find where I can straddle all of that circle going on and reinforce it with yarn. So I'm going to keep going across, staying as close to the base as I can. Don't worry about that yarn. We're going to weave that in and get rid of that in a second. I'm going to keep trying to find random places on either side of that circle to keep making sure we have it cinched in with several strands across. I don't want this stretching out. I don't want it coming loose over time. I want this to stay. So I will probably be overkill, but you choose to do what you want. I'm going to go up a little bit higher to get more yarn in the mix. Alright, I think we've gone back and forth several times. So now we can tie it to the side somewhere and be done with it. So I'm going to find a local thread, something that feels pretty substantial. We're going to pull it through. Right before we pull it all the way through, you're going to loop that again, tie it in a knot. Go through it one more time, just to make sure it's secure. And remember, you never want to cut right next to the knots. So what we're going to do is, even though we don't need to, we're going to technically weave in the ends. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to use this ball to kind of weave it in faster and easier, because I don't need to be super specific where the yarn goes as long as it is stuck inside. And I did just lose my needle right there, so that's okay. What do? We're going to kind of stuff it in here if we can. If we can't, then I will cut it, but at least we've gotten... This is how you would do it with amigurumi too. You can use the back of your hook. I just felt like the holes were not big enough for my hook, and I didn't want to create more holes in my project than crochet already naturally has. Maybe this was excessive. Maybe I should just cut it. I'm already almost there though. I almost have it all stuffed in. We're getting it! We're getting it! You could have just cut it. As long as you're not cutting right next to a knot, you would have been fine. I'm being excessive. Just work with me. I'm a little extra. It's alright. Okay. So, high five to the needle. We're good. You now have your pom. The rest is going to be taking all of these excess strands of yarn. You only have a few. You have one down, you have a couple down in here, and we're going to weave those in. So this one, it wasn't used to sew anything, so you don't need to do anything crazy. But you do not want to, again, cut it right next to the knot, so at least spend some time weaving in some of it before you cut it. This one you might want to be a little picky and grab good strands. You don't want to not be able to hide it, but don't go far because this area of the hat will stretch a lot. And so you just may want to stay local and go back and forth over these few strands so you can minimize the stretching, and the stretching ends up backing out these yarns. So if you want to avoid that, just go back and forth in a nice little localized area on your piece. That actually created a weird knot, but I'm okay with it. I'm going to go back through here. Oops, don't go through the white. Alright, now we can cut that one. Oh my goodness. Guys, it's almost done. But it's never done if you don't finish weaving in your ends. So go to these two. I know you guys are all excited, probably trying it on already. Don't do it. Let's finish what we need to finish. We've got 2 more ends. Let's be good stitchers. Be good stitchers. So let's grab this white one. Of course, you want to weave in the white with the white and the red with the red. I'm going to use all of this because there's a lot of stuff I can hide this in. I'm going to go back and forth, and I'm going to stay kind of local, as you can see, so I don't have it back out at any point.
Supper is almost ready.
Hey,
All but 2 dishes are done.
I mean, dishes are the nemesis, dude. But I'll take dishes over a lot of other stuff, so I can't complain.
I think I put too much stuffing in mine, but that's okay.
I think I did too, but it's okay. I agree. I don't think it looks bad. And if you use white stuffing, then you're pretty solid. All right, one more thread. One more. We're going to go back and forth right here because these are nice and easy to grab. And they're on the inside, which hides it even better. Last one, and we're going to cut it. Alright guys, flip it right side out. Let's get everything out of the way so we can take a look at the amazingness we have made. Oh my goodness, close that. Okay, the seam of course goes in the back. Did I make this too small? No, I didn't. Okay, ooh, messing up my hair. Okay, we've got the bobble stitch going across the brim. We've got a nice gradual decrease going down to make it for a very long Santa hat, and then you should have your bobble at the end, and you can always play with that to keep shaping it more, but there you go. Letty, did you get it? This is fantastic. It is done. Welcome to your Santa hat. And guys, if you're just joining, feel free to check out the previous 2 classes. It's all available. This one's also going to be available for replay, so you can make your own Santa hat, a long one, a nice statement piece. Yay! Okay, I am going to take a quick break. I am going to log out of all this and get logged into TikTok, and I'll be going live there for at least an hour and a half, maybe even 2 hours or something like that, because I don't have to pick up kiddo for a little bit. So let me grab a snack. Let me grab a different set of yarns so we can work on some other things, and then I'll see you guys over on TikTok. And if you guys aren't following me there, the information is in my link tree, and the link is in the bio. So I will see you guys over there in just a little bit. Otherwise, keep stitching. Peace out, stitches. I'll see you next week. Or I'll see you Thursday. Thursday, guys. Thursday we're making the stocking. All right, guys.